Yes, people, welcome back to another stream. We've got some transfer news. Bayern Munich. Oh my God, what is going on at that football club? They're absolutely in the mud. Yeah, Harry Kane has gone there to seal the deal to get his first ever trophy, and it's looking seriously bad for him. You know, I mean, I've checked the table before. I think they're 8 points behind now. It's absolutely incredible how he's gone there, and they've just absolutely shut the bed, basically. People, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. Make sure you subscribe to more LB video coming out there later on tonight. And let's see who we've got in the building. Big up to Chick. Big up to Real Mario. Big up to Daniel. Miguel's in the building. Itchy Goats here. Big up to Eren. Big up to Hilal's in the building as well. We've got, who else we got in there? We've got Marshy Boy, we've got Craig Party Time, who's got some news here. I'm going to start that, and we'll come back to that in a moment. Big up to Craig. Big up to Dennis. Big up to Osmodius. Joseph's here as well. Big up to Harvey. Good to see you all. Right, okay, so if you've not seen what's going on at Bayern Munich, then you're living under a rock, right? But they're in absolute mud situation right now. Check this out. This was a picture of Joshua Kimmich after being subbed off yesterday's game. He looks like he's heartbroken, looks like he's about to cry. If you look at this guy in the background, I don't know who that is, to be honest with you, but he's looking at Kimmich, and Kimmich looking very just down and a bit gutted and that, to be honest with you. And obviously, there's a couple of other players that are not particularly happy with what's going on at Bayern Munich. Now, we know that Joshua Kimmich's contract is up for renewal in the summer of 2025, right? So he's only got 1 year left on his contract this summer. So at the moment, he's not signing a new deal. Everything that's coming out of Bayern Munich at the moment suggests that he's not particularly happy and therefore isn't really ready to sign a new contract yet. Now, whether that changes, if Tuchel gets sacked, which he's going to be getting close to being sacked because he's 8 points behind Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga with about 12 games to play. He's losing 1-0 against Lazio in the first leg of the last 16, which is worse than normal. Bayern Munich, they've at least been making it to the quarterfinals in the last 3 years. They might not even make it to the quarterfinals. So maybe if Thomas Tuchel gets fired, then maybe he might reassess the situation. But I do not see a world, I do not see a scenario where if this manager stays in charge, Joshua Kimmich stays at Bayern Munich. And that means we should be going for him. And to be honest with you, it would be an absolute stupidity of us, ridiculous, if Karl and the lads do not make a move for Joshua Kimmich this summer. Because we are screaming out for some cover for Rodri. He can play right back. He can play cover for Rodri in the DM position. He could probably also do a Gundogan role as well. Maybe not quite as good as Gundogan, but he does have the goals and assists, Kimmich. I think that's a very underrated part of his game. And he's available for pretty cheap, man. Like, what, he's got 1 year left on his contract. I reckon you could probably get him for around 50 million quid. It's not a lot of money, really. Now, you're probably going to have to sell one of Kovacic or Nunes. I doubt you can keep Kovacic, Nunes, Rodri, Kimmich. You've still got De Bruyne and Foden who all play in the midfield. So you probably have to get rid of one of them. But this is a deal that I think City would be absolutely stupid to turn the nose up at. We've got to go for this guy. We really do. He's available. You know what I mean? Pep's worked with him before. He's not happy and he's ready for a move, and he's experienced as well. I think it would be very, very stupid if we don't go for it. Take a look at this as well. I have to zoom in on this. Have a look at how bad this has got between Thomas Tuchel, his coaching staff, and the players. This is from Bayern and Football. Big up to Nariman and a couple of other people that sent me this last night. A major collapse within the team. The relationship between Joshua Kimmich and Thomas Tuchel is bad and has now increased after a verbal altercation with assistant coach Zol Lau. The assistant coach was motivating the players after the end of the match, and the problem started with Joshua Kimmich. The two shouted at each other with Manuel Neuer separating them. Kimmich entered the corridor and Lau followed him and shouted words at him, which was said to be insults. This relationship between the coaching staff at Bayern Munich and Joshua Kimmich is over. Yeah? This guy's having arguments with the coaching staff, being split up by Manuel Neuer, and then Kimmich leaves the dressing room to go to the corridor, and the coach comes out and starts slagging him off in the corridor where people can hear. Catering staff. security staff, maybe media, then they've lost a plot, mate. Yeah, it's over between them. So now it's a question of who comes first. Does Tuchel, pause with that, Tuchel get sacked before Joshua Kimmich can make a move? Because if Joshua Kimmich stays, until obviously he's going to stay to the end of the season anyway, but if he's there and a new manager comes in, maybe the new manager will be like, yo, relax about what happened with Tuchel. I'm going to, you're a serious part of my plans. I'm going to play you in the position you want to play in, and we'll move from there. And maybe you'll sign a new deal. But even so, if I was Man City now, I'd be going to Kimmich saying, listen, you've been at Bayern Munich now all your career. You've not got out the last 16. No, you've not got out the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the last 3 years. Yeah, because I'd be speaking to him now. You might be getting knocked out in the last 16 of the Champions League this year. So you've not even made a semi-final of the Champions League for 4 years. You've been there your whole career. You've won everything there. It's time to make the change. Because let's be real, yeah? He's 28. I think he's 28, 29. If he stays there, if he signs a new contract, that's probably it for him in terms of making a move to another big club. Because what? He's going to sign a deal this year and then leave next summer? Unlikely. Or leave the year after. We'll be 30, 31 then. You know what I mean? City will probably be moved on. You know, maybe there'll be a couple of clubs that might go in for him, but a lot of them will be gone. This is his time to make the switch. And if he wants it, yeah, bro, we need to be on it. We need to be on it 100%. Big up to LB1998 says, you see the Kane sitters yesterday? Yeah, bro, Kane's under pressure, man. You know, he's finally got pressure on him this season because of the trophies and that, and he's missing them. How did he possibly miss that chance yesterday? It was unbelievable. Right, let's have a look what Craig's got to say. Says, City have offered Kimmich a 4-year deal. Talks are progressing, and he's likely to refuse a new contract renewal with Bayern. Looking more like 75, 25% he leaves. He may also wait and see who Bayern appoint as a new manager. He does not want to wait. He doesn't want to play for Thomas Tuchel unless they win the Champions League. Thomas Tuchel will be sacked. Well, this is what I'm saying. I mean, he can't leave now anyway because obviously the transfer window's not open. But so he's got that option. He's chilling on that. He can wait to see who the next manager is. But City, 100%. And I'm glad to see that you're saying that City have already made contact because that's absolutely what we should be doing. City need to be applying the pressure now to Kimmich and getting him basically to say, yeah, regardless of who the new manager is going to be, I'm joining Man City. That's what City need to be getting the confirmation from Kimmich now. Because if City go like, oh, yeah, we want you, yeah, but then they don't do anything until the summer and then a new manager comes in, you're then battling with the new manager. So we need to try and get, and by the way, this is what happened with Declan Rice at Arsenal. Declan Rice had already had the conversation with Arsenal back in March. I know this for a fact. And then by the time City got involved, it was too late. He'd already agreed to go to Arsenal. Hence why we pulled out the deal straight away. So City need to get this deal wrapped up. You know, Craig's put in the chat looking like 55 million. Yeah, I don't see it being anything more than 55 million. He's only got a year left on his deal. A year. So I'm hopeful that City are active on this deal because we need someone who can play in that DM position when Rodri's not available. Kimmich can do that. He can also play at right back, and he can also play in that Gundogan position a little bit further forward should we need him to. So this, for me, is a no-brainer. And I would be very, very, very disappointed if City are not looking at this. Now, obviously, Craig in the chat saying, yeah, City are interested. City are making contact. This is great news. And hopefully they are. Because for me, this is just a straightforward, perfect deal. Exactly what we need. Guys, get me your thoughts in the comment section. In the live chat. If you're watching this back on the replay, then get me thoughts down below. Do you think City should be getting involved in Joshua Kimmich? He's 29 years old. I think he's absolutely perfect for what we need right now in terms of coming into this side, playing with Rodri. We'll finally have a player that we can trust in that sixth position when Rodri's injured, suspended, or needs a rest, which we currently don't have. And now for me, it's not a price that's going to cost the world. You know what I mean? 50 million. For an experienced international player like that who's won it all. I just think it's an absolute no-brainer. An absolute no-brainer. And I would be very, very disappointed if City don't at least seriously try and get this guy in. Let's have a look then. B says, we want Kimmich. We want Kimmich. What else you guys are saying? Vibe says he's too old. He's not too old, Vibe, bro. He's 29, man. He's 29. What happened to Gundogan? I think he regretted leaving City. Well, yeah, probably, because he's probably going to get... well, they might get knocked out against Napoli, and obviously the league's over for them as well. Elder says, I just want Verts on Musiala. Lol, Kimmich is our bonus. Aubrey says, always been a fan of Kimmich. He's perfect pet player and can play multiple roles. If we can sign one player next season, it is him. Sit Down says, let's get Kimmich. Give us Kimmich. We want Kimmich. A lot of people saying they want Kimmich, man. Al Joy says, LB, my Bayern mate says Kimmich will never leave Bayern. Most likely will sign a new contract. Well, what I'd say to him, yeah, is look, do you think this looks like a player who is just chilling at the moment? This guy's having an argument that had to be split up between Manuel Neuer and that spilled over into the corridors. You think this is a player that's definitely never going to leave? You think this is a player that looks happy? You think this is a player that looks happy? Absolutely not, mate. Yeah? The facts are the facts. He's still not signed a new deal. Still not signed a new deal. Until he signs a new deal, this guy is available and we should be making a move. If he signs a new contract, then of course, that tells us that he is willing to stay because he signed a new deal. That's how it works, yeah? But until that's done, this guy's available. Yeah, and obviously all the rumours that are coming out of this saying that he's not happy, he wants out of the situation. Itchy says Pep has a good relationship with Kimmich, so we can persuade him. Exactly, Mojo. Look at this guy, yeah. This guy here, yeah. He knows something's bad here. This guy, who is this? Anyone know who that is? Who is this guy here in the background? Because he's looking at Kimmich. He can see, mate. Look at his face. Look at his face, man. He knows there's problems. He knows there's problems. Who is that? No one knows. Just a random guy. It's a ball boy, apparently. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. It's wild. It's a crazy situation. Big up LB99. It says DJ Grillo back in 10 days. Yeah, I've seen that. Apparently Jack Grealish is not quite as bad as maybe we would have thought. It's going to be back in 10 days, which means he'll be back for, if we look at fixtures, 10 days from sort of today. We look at the 29th. He'll be back for the Copenhagen game. Oh, he'll be back for United. United at home he could be back for. So he'll definitely back for Liverpool, which is good news because we definitely need him there, yeah, because listen, I've had a bit of a meltdown this morning, me lads. You know, I'm going to tell you some truths. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I tell you why I'm scared. Because the pressure's on, bruh. Yeah, the pressure's on. I genuinely think we have to win. Well, I said this before the Chelsea result, yeah, but we have to beat Brentford. We have to beat Bournemouth. We have to beat Man United. If we do that, we'll be 1 point behind Liverpool. By the time we go to Liverpool, we're 1 point behind. Now, in theory, you need to beat Liverpool. Otherwise, the league's not in our hands. If we don't beat Liverpool, we could win all our games. But if Liverpool win all their games, we won't be top of the league. So I just feel the pressure, man. The pressure is on now. The pressure is on. And we got to win all our football matches, people. Yeah? And this morning, bro, I was like, I just had a bit of a meltdown, man. I had a bit of a meltdown, lads. I was like, yo, this pressure's too much. It's too much. Like this Brentford game tomorrow. I can't believe we've got Brentford tomorrow. Can you believe we've got a football match tomorrow? How have we got a football match already, man? I feel like it was only yesterday we played. You know. I tell you what, that tomorrow is going to be intense. Intense. And I guarantee you Brentford actually decide to defend well against us, right? Because the way they defended against Liverpool on Saturday was a shambles. Absolute shambles. Now, when they play us, yeah, when they play us on shoot tomorrow, guaranteed, Kyle Walker prime right back. Carlos Puyol centre back. Rio Ferdinand. Ashley Cole. Manuel Neuer. Sergio Busquets. Xavi. Iniesta. Cristiano Ronaldo. R9. Lionel Messi, mate. Guaranteed you. Yeah? Guaranteed tomorrow night. 100%. We're going to be watching like the World 11. The World Legends 11. people who play like FIFA and that, you know what I mean? The Legends cards. We're seeing them all on Tuesday, bro. It's going to be an amazing game. Nah, but seriously, man, I can't be arsed. If they defend properly against us the way they defended against Liverpool, I'm going to be fucking fuming, bro. But the win is all we need. Although goal difference is now actually a thing, man. Look at us. Our goal difference is 5 worse than Arsenal, 4 worse than Liverpool. It's not looking good, brev, on that. But yeah, man, honestly, this morning, started to doubt myself. I was like, Bray, are we going to win the league or not? And I was like, these next 4 games for me will dictate whether we're going to win the league. If we're more than 3 or 4 points away from Liverpool by the time we get away from Anfield, I think it's very unlikely, yeah, that we'll win the league there. So this is why these next 4 games for me, they're almost make or break. The make or break, the pressure is going to be huge. Pep has to get his team lineup right. Yeah, he can't be messing around. He's got to get the proper team out there. You got to risk players. You know, you can't just keep doing this thing like John Stones can't play 3 matches in a week or whatever. Same with KD. But I'm sorry, you got to play him. You got to play him and risk it. And if they get injured, so be it. They get injured. But if they don't play and we lose, then we're in the mud anyway. So for me, you've just got to send it. This next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it's probably the biggest part of our season now. Yeah, biggest part of our season. Mad. But yeah, the pressure is crazy, man. And like Arsenal now are cooking as well. Like they're just like slapping teams up 6-0, 5-0. They've got Newcastle at the weekend. We desperately need Newcastle to do us a favour. But apparently Newcastle are ass now. Apparently people are telling me Newcastle are crap. So, I don't know. Hopefully. Yeah, this weekend, Arsenal, Newcastle. We play Bournemouth first. So if we win 2 games now, yeah, let me get this up on screen. Because Arsenal don't play midweek. So if we win our 2 games, we'll go 59 points. 4 points clear of Arsenal. Arsenal then play Newcastle. If Arsenal lose that game, I reckon Arsenal are out the title race. Because they'll be 4 points behind with 12 games to go. If Liverpool who've Liverpool got midweek? Luton. They'll win that game. So say Liverpool win that game, they go 60. Yeah, we'll be a point behind Liverpool. But we'll wait, we would have played. No, we wouldn't have played more than. Yeah, so this is how it's going to end up this week. If we win our 2 games, we'll go to 59 points. Liverpool beat Luton on Wednesday. They'll go to 60. By this time Saturday night, that makes no sense. Saturday night, we'll be 1 point behind Liverpool. Both teams have played the same. Arsenal, they've got to beat Newcastle. If they beat Newcastle, they go, 6, 7, 8. They'll be 1 point behind City, 2 points behind Liverpool. But if they don't beat Newcastle, if they got beat off Newcastle, they'd be 4 points behind City and 5 behind Liverpool with only 12 games left. And they've still got to play City, Arsenal, at the Etihad. So I feel like this is a massive week, a massive week. I feel like if City win these 2 games, I'm there. I'm like, yeah, come on, man, let's have it. But if we drop any points, even a draw, I just think the confidence is going to be on the floor for the Premier League. If we drop any points in these next 2 games, we can't afford to, man. We honestly can't afford to. Big up Simon says, hi, Bray, good news about Jack. Fantastic news. Resting Johnny Stones has cost us 2 points. Just thinking that Pep makes his choices better than us fans. Have faith. Yeah, you got to trust that. I mean, the good news is now that John Stones can come back into the game against Brentford tomorrow night. And absolutely he needs to come back in. The bad news is Kevin De Bruyne also needs to play. But that guy looked absolutely knackered by the end of the game at Chelsea. That last 5 minutes, I mean, he had a poor game. That's probably been his poorest game since he's come back from injury. But not only was he poor, he looked knackered, man. Knackered. And he had 3 days off. Now he's only had 2 days off and we need him to play again. So I would, honestly, we need to play him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play tomorrow night, because the guy looked fucked. The guy looked fucked, lads. He was blowing hard. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with KDB tomorrow. Maybe he's benched and might come on for like 30 minutes towards the end if we need him. But some people, and I kind of agree, it's like we kind of need him to play. Now, if he doesn't play, then obviously Harris is right. You got to play Foden in the mid. But that game tomorrow night, man, honestly, it's unbelievable pressure that's on us. Unbelievable. It's fucking crazy, man. I feel like the league, like the running now is started, in it. The running is started. Like the title, you can't afford no slip ups, man. You really, really can't. The one thing that I was looking at this morning, yeah, check this out. These are the runnings. Where is it? Let me have a look. There you go. Let me get this up. Desktop. Let me save table. Right, how do I get this up on screen? Present. Oh yeah, share screen. Right, take a look at this. I don't know if you'll be able to see this properly, but let me just put it on anyway. Share screen. Window. Oh my, there it is. Take a look at this, man. This is the running. That's Liverpool on the left, City in the middle, Arsenal on the right-hand side, yeah? What's your thoughts on the running? For me, if you look at the final 5 games, yeah, or the final 6 games, 7 games, Liverpool have got United away, Palace, Fulham, West Ham away, Tottenham, Villa, Wolves. I'd say there they've got 3 difficult games. United away, Tottenham, Villa. City have got Palace, Luton, Tottenham away, Forest, Wolves, Fulham, West Ham. I'd say we've got one truly tricky game. Obviously, they're all tricky, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm talking about big teams. Arsenal, I've got Brighton, Villa, Wolves, Tottenham, Bournemouth, Man United, Everton. They've got 3. So here's what I'm thinking. If we can get out of this Aston Villa game here on April 3rd, top of the table, or maybe even a point behind, yeah, then I'm backing us. Because I'll back one of these teams to maybe draw against Liverpool. Same with Arsenal. The problem is that run up until Villa is tough, mate. You got Aston Villa, Arsenal, Brighton, Liverpool, Man United. This is why I'm saying, like, for me, if we get out of this Villa game, top of the table or within a point of the top, I'm backing us to go and win the league. But to do that, we've got to get some serious results against some good sides. Good sides. And obviously you got FA Cup thrown in there. You got Champions League thrown in there as well. So this is where you know we've got to be serious. And you've got to start by beating these 2 teams. We could really, really do with Newcastle beating Arsenal, because that gives us a little bit of pressure away from Arsenal. And like to be honest, guys, I'm saying it now. I think we've got to beat Liverpool. I think we've got to beat Liverpool, man. I genuinely think so. I don't know if a point. If we draw against Liverpool, that means we've got to beat Man United, Brighton, Arsenal, and Villa. Now, we can do that, of course, but that's a lot of pressure that you're putting yourself under. You see why I had a wobble now this morning? I had a massive wobble, man. I was looking at the fixtures and that, and I was like, mate, that Chelsea result, it was bad. Yeah, it was a bad result, man. I promise you, it was not a good result. Because for me, I think the difference is, if we would have won that game against Chelsea, I think you can go to Liverpool and draw. Fine, no problem. Because you're top of the table. And they probably need to win the game. But now it's like we probably have to win, man. I'll tell you one thing, yeah, it makes all these games intense and exciting. That watch along tomorrow, bruh. I'm going to need some like fucking calm pills, you know? Calm pills. It's going to be crazy, man. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Of course, Joshua Kimmich, we kind of went off topic a little bit there. Man, this is what happens, man. And sorry, I apologize for going off topic. But yeah, Joshua Kimmich, listen, I say it again, clearly. If Joshua Kimmich is available this summer, City would be absolute fools not to go for him. It's relatively cheap to what you get in experience-wise, because he's only got a year left on his deal. He's worked with Pep before. He knows how to play the similar style of system. He's got pure experience, and he's a baller. Go get him. He can cover right back. He can cover CDM. He can play in the Gundogan position. Why not? Eh? Why not go get him? Right. You know, I'm on midday live now with Saeed, man. They're probably going to try and cook me in it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I've got to hold it. I'll hold it firm, guys. I've got a redirect on if you want to come over to Saeed's TV midday live and see what's going on, man. But I can't be arsed with them. Try to cook me, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We've got to hold that. Oh, Bill Craig says Miguel Gutierrez deal is advancing very fast for LB, subject to Real Madrid not taking back their buyback option by 15th of July. They own 50% sell on, likely to cost 30 million euros. Well, I'll tell you what, if we're in for him, yeah, then at least we've got a left back. Gomez can leave. I'm all game for that, 100%. I like Miguel. I think he's a baller. So if that's true, Craig, I'm absolutely over the moon with that. Let's see what happens. But yeah, listen, guys, I will more LB. I'll have a video out there later on tonight. Cooley said Rodri probably won't be available in the running. Yeah, I mean, listen, his yellow card situation is, yeah. I mean, he's got 7 now. He really kind of needs, to go through these next 2 games against Brentford and Bournemouth without getting a yellow, because then that means he could get a yellow against Man United, Liverpool, and Brighton, which is unlikely to get 3, and they've still missed 2 big games. Rodri. That's just grim. Right, I'm on Saeed's channel. Big up for the super chat cooler. They're going to try and cook me. I'm going to try and hold it and back my team, but it is what it is. Yeah, more LB video out there later on, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you in a bit.